Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everybody out there. Jason here at Signature Esports. A pleasure to have you here live in charge. Took me a little bit longer to get going here, folks. We had had an audio issue, so I was trying to work on that, trying to fix that. We are live. We're kicking butt. We're taking names, and hopefully SDK Gaming works as well. I had to go back to the old system from what we had before, so bear with me. I may have to make an adjustment here while we're doing it, because that's what happens whenever, you get things all changed up and, try to change the requirements of all the things that we're doing over here, so that way we can make sure that the leagues are up and running. And after yesterday, we had an issue yesterday, but it was a small race yesterday, so Charles helped me out and let me take care of some things. For whatever reason, it's not showing found, so I am going to nope. What the world, man. Bear with me, folks. I'll get you starting grid here in a second. Be great for you, I promise. And see if we can get you straight. No, it's not working. Something happened there. Not quite sure. All right, there we go. Now I got to work. Here's your starting grid. Wayman Jr., David Duran, Dalton Powell going to be up front of your starting grid. Robert Dudley, Chris Justice, row number 2. Jason Branch, Grady Sullivan will be there, row number 3. Dave Farella, Kenny Real, row 4. Row 5 will be Russell Black, Wayman Jr. Row 6, Richard Hurst, Jay Stenson, row 7. As they go green, pump that back up. It doesn't matter. It does. Rich Hurst, Grady Sullivan back here in row 7. It does matter. Russell Black there as well. They're running New Hampshire Speedway here here for the Fixed Racing League. It is a playoff race. Stages are going to be in the realm. Oh, I've been sitting here for a couple hours working on this, folks, so just bear with me. It's frustrating today, so apologize to the Fixed Racing League and all the components. AMR RC is going to be your race controller today. He's the sponsor of the series as well. Go to facebook.com/amr.paintworks. Weekly outlook. 200 laps. Stage 1 is going to be on 55. Stage 2 is going to be on 120. They're running 200 laps with 50% fuel. 7 sets of tires, 1 fast repair, 3 green, white, checkered attempts. Hopefully we don't need 3 green, white, checkered. That's a lot of green, white, checkered attempts at a short track. I'd hate to see this thing end in caution. That's for darn sure. I don't know why my bit rate is so high. We'll figure that one out here in a minute. Bit rate should be just fine. Caution comes out first time. Russell Black having an issue. 3 wide. There's 64, 88, the 9. 3 wide. That didn't make any sense. Yeah, a little bit of net code there. 88's rolling the inside. Let's go to the far chase view here. Run at speed. 64 to the inside. This is Russell Black. 88 drifts up the race line. 9 goes to pass on the outside. And then bump from the 9 into the 64 little net code. That's what happened there. Dalton Powell, your race leader. As they get to going and having fun and, doing what they do. 55, 120, 50% fuel. Let me update the race stats here. Because, you know, it doesn't do it by itself. 200 laps is a long race around Richmond. If you put the numbers to it, 200 laps at 30 seconds a lap. And it gets, and if they continue to have cautions, that's going to be a big factor here as well. Don't like to see cautions. It's small enough field here. We shouldn't have cautions other than the stages. It should run pretty green and pretty, you know, pretty clean. So here lately, because they start at 9 p.m. Eastern. When they start at 9 p.m. Eastern, you get yourself into a predicament of cautions, you're going to end up finding yourself running a very long race, or a lot of drivers going to knock themselves out of it, and you don't want to see that for any league. You don't definitely want to see that for these drivers. I do have driver cams brought to you by Beef Jerky Unlimited. Go to beefjerkyunlimited.com. I don't have a promo code, but try out some of his newest stuff. I'd love it. It was a driver spot. Whoever that was is gone. No, there's one. Here, it got refreshed, so let me throw the driver cam up. Make sure everybody's muted. Yeah, there it is. All right, let that one cycle in. There's Jason. Don't condone vaping on stream. Dalton Powell. And your buddy over there, Chris, who's streaming. All right. 51, 28, 49. Dalton Powell will elect a high line on this one. Chris Justice, say Chris right there. He's the one with the heart monitor. You saw the last one. Dalton Powell's your race leader. New Hampshire Motor Speedway. 7 sets of tires. That's a lot of tires to play with. You don't really need all those tires. It's too many, I think. Back at it, green flag. Here's what it is. They're going to run 200 miles here for the Cup cars. Track temperature 88 degrees. New Hampshire, pretty much the traditional paperclip oval they would normally see out of the short tracks, but without the banking of Dover. So it's like a bigger Martinsville. Overcast skies, 72 degrees in the air temperature. So this is going to look pretty balmy for the majority of the race, especially with the overcast skies. Rain is coming to iRacing very soon. And I encourage you that if you haven't signed up for that, go and check that out. When it comes to what these drivers have going on, round of 8 has kicked in, and I'm gonna get those points divvied up to you here. Give me a second here, folks. As Dalton Powell leads. Bear with me. I cannot see chat, just so everybody knows. We went back to the old system. So if you have a chat out there, I can't see it just yet. So bear with me, okay? Here's your points. David Duran's going to be your current points leader as a win and stage win for the last race. There's Jason Branch, Brian Wasserman, Russell Black, all your top 4. Dalton Powell is outside looking in. I think it's a win that's going to help that point situation. I don't think it's a win and in situation, but some stage points could go a long way as well. Pretty much almost all the drivers are here. I think they're all here. We'll see how that's progressing. Pulling up chats. Already in the pit. Yeah, no, man, appreciate you. Noma TV, a sponsor of Signature Esports as well. He's also out there driving. Rich, that sucks, man. You're getting work done. No fast repair today? There was no fast repair, right? Yeah, I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way. Yeah, one fast repair. What happened that you couldn't... Did you not check the fast repair? No bueno, brother. No bueno. Jason Branch in tow of Dalton Powell. Dalton just trying to close down a little bit of his time. Biggest move of the race is going to be Ryan Wasserman. You are 3 wide, fast repair check. Yeah. On the 3 wide wasn't the issue. It was the pushing up in the corner. The bottom lane opened up. Dave went to the outside. 3 wide's going to happen. I wouldn't even say that that's an issue when we went back and looked at it. Just the net code's what did it. There's about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 foot of virtual net code. One more time, I'll take a look at that too. I don't know why it's not selecting the far chase view on this one. Here, one more time. Sorry about that. They did bump into each other right through the 9 and 88. That right there is what caused all that whole situation. Yep. Get it fixed. Now they got that first one out of the way. It's gonna be tough for anybody to be able to get back up and do anything with it. That's a shame too. Why is it? I wonder why it's a small field today. Nobody really report even. I'm not doing that. Happy welcome back from Thanksgiving, folks. That's something I can say as well. Yeah, all kinds of net code. I know. Second PC, folks. We took everything back for it. Working on a different setup for it. Wasn't enough to be able to do all this. Wasn't enough. No. Gonna be making some. Gonna have to do some more saving, some more hefty. She has some more hefty upgrades. Because we went with a lower end GPU for it, and for the side-by-side stuff, I'm gonna have to save about another 800 from all the leagues and all that stuff after we pay all the bills. Because I gotta pay. There's some people I gotta pay some money back to as well, as far as old leagues and things that we weren't able to accomplish. I'll be taking care of that. David Duran's going to be out 3 here. William Mann Jr. up 5. Brian Wasserman up 7. Joe Gregory's going to be up 6. Jay Stenson up 2. So yeah, we'll get back to it. I have the second account. We bought a bunch of stuff. We bought a bunch of equipment. We bought a bunch of tracks and everything. So we'll get back to it. At least I have all that. The thing will be just to build a different PC, because the other one just wasn't good enough. So we basically sold it for the value of what we put it together for, and it wasn't as good as my computer, and it actually pulled resources. The whole thing pulled resources away from the main PC. So put up with the different limelight. So we're going to be working on that. That's why I went back to the old setup. The only thing I haven't done is put the color grading back into iRacing like I like it. I don't like that it's yellow. Really don't. That's what it is. Plus I had, with all that, changing everything back over means I had to put the old board back up, put all the sound back where it was, and I've been working on that for basically yesterday and today. Yesterday we had a power outage down here because I forgot to plug back in the the PTS. The basically puts everything in power save mode. 21 of 200. Buckle up. I'm gonna go grab a drink because I wasn't able to do that with all the issues that I was having. So I'm gonna do that. We'll let these guys do their thing. I'll be back here in just a moment. If any of these drivers are going to be able to, 9's free, I might not go anywhere. David Farella on the bottom side of the racetrack here. I wonder if he got a black flag for that. See, that would have been a commitment. Hold on. Why? Come on now. He's free here. That'd have been commitment. Yep. He missed the cone. I don't know. Burning the tires off. So one thing about driving any of these cars, if you are putting too much front brake into the car, your car's going to skip. It's going to slide. It's going to wear. It's going to feel tight. If it's tight, it's wearing the right front of the car. It's why you change your offset to have less steering, especially on the short track. Short tracks, you're way out of the throttle, and you shouldn't be back into throttle until the car wants to start turning. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, Mr. James. Appreciate you. I'm here, man. I'm trying to be here. That's for darn sure. And sometimes things just happen. All right, they're gonna do this thing. I'm gonna go grab a drink. Right back. I'm gonna mute myself. Actually, I need to move things around. Everything's all jacked up on Mountain Dew, and I can't see can't see the normal stuff. So I'll be right back. Dalton Powell still out front. Jason Branch is going to be in second still. Powell's a 1.6 second lead. Clean air, very important here. So that win to get off pit road is going to be huge. Mar, thank you for the like. Appreciation. I'm glad to see that stuff working again. Getting irritated with the alerts not popping up like they were supposed to. So thank you so much. Let me make sure they work again. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Amar. Appreciate the like. Appreciate everybody being out there. If you haven't done so, reach up, hit that like button. I'm waiting on coffee to brew. That's what I'm waiting on. Dudley back where he started. He's going to be in third. David Durand Jr. off 3 as your pole sitter. Something happened at the very beginning. I thought it was Grady Sullivan. Something happened at the very beginning of the race whenever we were loading in. I wanted to check on it. And it was right here. Make sure his car's okay, because he came over and hit the tires. He was able to back up. Did he go and get a fast repair? Nope. Not then. But he did come to pit road. Okay. All right. Well, Grady's good. Grady's safe. He's in 10th. William Mann Jr. in on pit road. First of the takers again. Lap 55 is going to be the end of the first stage. Fuel. 50%. 1 miler. I mean, at a certain point, you got to make it. But it's very easy to go multiple laps down. You're going to see that happen. Dalton Powell out front. Thank you, May, for the like. I appreciate it. Everybody out there, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We're doing our thing. Doing our thing. Friday Night Fixed Racing League. It did show up, right? It's very frustrating. Anywho, it does not matter. If you're in our Discord, you're going to be able to see also our live stream. Our live chat is in back in our Discord again. I was able to get that bot working back. So I do like that. I like being able to go back and see what people said, and if somebody has an issue, going back and checking that out as well. So if you're in our Discord, by all means, get out there, have some fun with that. I see where everybody is. Where's Mari at? Is Matt missing today? Matt, are you out there? Where are you at? You have to miss this week. New series tomorrow night. Little dirt series action. Reaper Racing Leagues. We're going to be doing that tomorrow. And then what do we got after that? Sunday, back with the 802. Monday, I do believe it's going to be the championship for the dirt series with Chop Shop. They're going to take a 2-week break, come back at it after Christmas. 2 or 3 week break, something like that. Drivers coming to pit road. Dalton Powell going to have to find out when he's going to be able to come to pit road. David Duran's going to be 5.5 back here. Might be trying to save the fuel. Quite sure. I don't know what's on their mind this time. Dalton Powell coming to pit road. Wiggles it down, gets down to the 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour. Durant comes to pit road. Sorry. Caution comes out. Kenny Real take over the lead here. I don't know what happened, because there's no caution for incident. .45. Noel Holmberg had an issue here. Let's back up. Did he go sideways? He downshift and lock it up. He got free. He got sideways. Just enough. I guess just enough. Saved it, I suppose. All right, they're on pit road. We're going to let them have at it. Dalton Powell should cycle out to be your leader here. He's the fastest guy out there. Kenny Reel comes to pit road. Jason Branch will be in second. Dudley will cycle back to third. So they didn't hurt Dalton Powell at all, so that's good when it comes to that kind of situation. I do want to check. You know, they'll have a little shootout to the end of the stage. They were coming in to get fuel. That was one of the big things. Fuel, the biggest component here. They'll have about 60 laps when they go back. So 55, then they'll go to 120, and then they'll run 80 laps. The cycle's somewhere in the midst of all of that. I think everybody's going to be on the lead lap. Something like that. You get a whole bunch of cautions. This will change everything. Jason Branch, Robert Dudley did not take tires. David Durant did take tires. Right sides only for Russell Black. Kenny Reel did not take tires. Everybody else did. So we'll see kind of what happens here. We're going to go lights off this time by. And so we'll just pick one of these drivers and go on board with. Here's my Dudley. Here's the Alabama fan. He always says roll tide every single time. And we like it. Why is this camera not? You know, folks, you try to better yourself and you try to better the situation for what you have going on, and occasionally you just kind of screw it up. Yeah, what are you doing, buddy? Much love. It's Mr. Dudley. Like seeing people get out there and have some fun, right? So it matters. This guy's been... Ever since I announced that I was doing driver cams, this guy's been here every week. He is number 64, Russell Black. He's wrapped up early. You can just keep it nice and cool, calm, collected, simple, you know. Guy trying to get himself a few more points here is this guy right here. Oh, not that guy. This guy right here. It's Justice. We'll go on board with him, see what he sees. About 9 laps to go into the stage. The beef jerky and a little bit of driver cams getting rolling. Dalton Powell saying, you know what? I was coming in to take tires and fuel this time. Because normally you'd see a splashing going, you know what I mean? Now they're only going to run about 9 laps on these tires under green flag conditions, so that would kind of benefit the driver right there. But David Arand able to restart not too far behind. Let's see if he's going to try to push anything here. He is driving a way higher line than Dalton Powell. Had a 5.5 second lead over David Durand in the field, and maybe just a little bit of clean air is what the 24 needed. 51 doing just enough here. 24 runs a higher line. It's going to try to have a low line exit. He does. He's going to try to make the pass here. David Duran didn't even have I didn't have a. I'm confused. Oh, up into the 51. That's it just looked like he was over driving the corner there. That outside line is that egg shape is no, there's nothing wrong with the line. That line right there is nothing wrong with that line. But you can't take it in 3 and 4 the same way. You have to make the pass on the exit and be able to clear him into the next corner. That if you're gonna utilize that race line. Dalton Powell out front. That's Chris Justice, the driver you're watching right here. Good driver. Gets out there, has some fun. Oh, 44 goes around. Caution's going to come out. That should be. I would assume that's going to be the stage. Kenny Reel gets tagged here. Downshift. It was a money shift. 88 locks him up. The 9 locks him up. 45 locks him up. They're drifting around the corners. Oh man, Grady just not having a great day. Dalton Powell, stage 1 winner. That should be the end of the stage. They won't run 1 lap per stage, so chances are they're going to come to pit road. I think Dalton probably come to pit road for a little bit of fuel. A couple of those drivers that did so as well. Splash and go would probably benefit them. So Dalton Powell gets your stage win. And we are back under caution here. Yeah. And Dave Ferrella comes in. That should be the end of the stage, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong here. All right. I think Rich Hurst got his lap back there. One of them. Dang, Rich, 14 laps down. It happens. It does happen. Man, oh man. All right. Yeah, because the race, the 55, 120, 200. Fast repairs, 7 sets of tires, 50% fuel. These are long lap times, just so you know. That's the reason why, when you are out there looking, if you're out there looking for your intermediate tracks and your your race lines and you're racing out there, folks, think about your time that you're spending in the simulator. Do you have enough time to be able to condition yourself to have a 2.5, 3 hour race, and not including practice and qualifying? You got to remember you start adding time, you start adding cautions, and then the pace laps around here are astronomically slow because the pace speed is 55 miles an hour. It wears on you. It does. Right. we're ready? I think we're ready. Dalton Powell gets to the restart zone. 24 had pulled ahead of the 51 there. The 51 is the control car. Even though he was on the outside, he is the control car. And you got to maintain a certain speed. That's where the restart goes. So David Duran, be careful. He didn't get a black flag there. Brad, thank you for the like, sir, Mr. Dove. December 14th, we are doing the better halves to race against. If you got a wife or a girlfriend or significant other, caution comes back out. I think now that's the end of the stage. We ran. Okay. All right. Gonna be a part of that. Get in our Discord. We'll get you set up in the league. Dalton Powell does get the stage win. Didn't change much. David Duran, Russell Black, Brian Wasserman, Jason Branch. So now we're back under caution. I'm going to go get something to drink. I'll be right back. Casey says go 4X, go Branch. Wasserman, your race leader. Dalton Powell came to pit road, tires and fuel. See if he works his way back to the outside. There's Joey Gregory to the inside. Ryan Wasserman up 13. Got himself around a lot of people, but toward the end of the stage was not getting himself there. So here's the change here when it comes to who is in and out of pit road. Ryan Wasserman's about to be passed by David Duran. David Duran now on the natural line. It's way up the racetrack. Dalton Powell, he's your fastest guy out there. Not only your fastest guy, but a guy that ran consistent race lines the entire time. Stage going to end on lap 120. And we are 63 of 200. A little dicey back here in the back. Caution, Russell Black. Jason Branch goes to go to the inside. Comes up, net codes. Coming up anyway. Can't get into the corner that way. You gotta slow way down on these corners. Really do. Back under caution. Buddy, grab your drink. Come on, toast to you. Much love to you. Thank you to all the sponsors: Signature Esports, Sonoma TV, Mandarood Racing, Shop Racing Series. Got a few. GoRacingDiecast.com is an affiliate of Signature Esports. Go to GoRacingDiecast.com. Use promo code Signature, save yourself some money. A lot of money. Get some really good. He's got like some 101s out there that are absolutely killer. If you go check that out, he'll promise you won't be disappointed. I do believe Rich Hurst is going to be getting another lucky dog here, so keep chipping away there, sir. He's part of Noma TV, another YouTube commentator that is just like me, but give it up through the field. Love to hear it. To hear the response that he has gotten. Partnered with us a few months ago, and pretty bang up job of keeping things on par. And he's been doing a really good job of keeping his races on par as well. So he calls over at youtube.com/Noma_TV or National Online Motorsports Association. Go check him out. I think Omar for being the not only race controller, but he gets out here and paints a bunch of these cars. I encourage you to go check him out. There's the 51. He did the same thing. Rich Hurst will come to pit road. Fuel only. I wouldn't do any more than that. Wouldn't be changing tires unless you need to. It just seems like cautions are going to start coming. If they don't stretch it out, cautions will start coming every 10 or 15 laps. So, you know, they say cautions breed cautions. It's a long way to spend 200 laps. Don't do it. Number down. Let's go green flag racing. Dalton Powell trying to get his way back up front. We've had a couple of different lead changes here. The impressive statistic here, though, is what you folks have been able to do. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Brad. Thank you, all the folks out there on YouTube. Thank you, Twitch. Much love to you out there as well. So I've been kicking butts. Not butts, not B-U-T-T, like bot, B-O-T. Bravo Oscar Tango. Bots out of our streams because started getting spam. So, you know, all those good things. All right, David Duran, your race leader. Wayman Jr., you're going to restart on the outside. You pull Dalton Powell on the inside. Joey Gregory is going to be on the outside. So Joey Gregory, now your biggest mover of the race. Brian Wasserman goes to the back here. Only 15 drivers here. We're seeing a lot of cautions for this. This track is really not that hard. The only thing about this track that can make it hard is if it was really hot on it. But that cloud cover should make this thing a dream to drive on. You just got to roll out of the throttle and be smooth. You back in the throttle, try to make sure those tires are pointed in the direction you want to go to disrupt your tire wear. 24 goes. Man Jr. in second. Dalton Powell to the bottom side. Gonna drift up the race line just a little bit here. They are in the Gen 6 Cup car. My favorite car on this circuit that I wish they'd bring back and do something with. But not necessarily something they're going to do. And Duran's going to start pulling away from Dalton Powell here. William Mann Jr. So Dave Duran just ran a 30.24. Dalton Powell behind William Mann Jr. here is running his slowest laps in the first quarter of his segment. The driver's going to be thinking about saving tires, but the tail end of the stage the final stage, she'll only have to come pit road once or twice. Jason Branch back here, going to go back to the inside, taking around the 31 of Jay Stenson. Mr. Branch here, the 28, trying to get. Gets to the inside, it's going to drop into the corner here. You do not want that wheel tightened off. See how much he presses on the corner here. Flies in front of Varela. Out of the throttle. See how he's trying to, so he's too heavy in the corner. You gotta let in the corner a little earlier to be able to not slide the corner. Watch. He drives in the corner. You want that car. There it is. Corner X is going to be a little easier here. Much better. 1 and 2 look great. Gotta get that 3 and 4 down. About Dalton Powell. See what's going on here. 1.2 second lead now. It's Dalton Powell trying to get around the 29 here. 29 keeps coming down in front of him. Got to watch it there. The 29 is... He is free as all get out. I'm Dalton Powell. I'm trying to I'd be trying to find a way to get around this one. The more he rides, the more he loses here. We're 70 into 74 of 200. The 19 of Joey Gregory closing in. David Duran, last 5 lap times. We're going to take a look at the telemetry on this one after the race. Because he changed something. Lap 69 ran a 29.59. Laps prior to that, he was not running those lap times. He was running well into the 30s. Is what he's running now: a 30.3, a 30.2, and a 30.26, 27. Dalton Powell trying to get around William Mann here. Able to stay low, 29 near the wall. 51, and the more the 51 works here, the more the 29, more these two work on it, the more that David Duran's going to pull away. And I know there's a stage coming up, but there's a chance for lap down possibilities. The William Mann Jr. and Dalton Powell. Dalton trying to get around the 29 here. Dalton was the fastest driver in the early segment, clearing drivers. Jay Stinson having an issue here. He's going to be off the track. Going to throw in the caution for that one. Dalton Powell finally clears the 29 here. Now Joe Gregory, you know that's not over. Here comes Kenny Reel. William Mann Jr. in the back of the dirty air. Had a little bit of clean air between he and David Arand, so that makes the car drive differently. Dalton Powell now has to get back in his groove because his lap times, he's been held up for about a half dozen laps, if not more. William Mann Jr. is a strong driver. He's going to make you earn it. And he's on right sides only. So is Joe Gregory. Kenny Reel been to work his way back through the field after having to be in the back here for a little while. 79 of 200. I'm going to take a hydrate break while these drivers figure out what's going on. Keep it rolling. It's going to be a long one. All right, folks, got to load some driver cams. Apologies about this. I normally do this before. You can see behind the scenes. No. All right. All right, here we go. Do you believe all that might have changed? Should have. Here we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Dalton Powell averaging some better laps here. Not the last lap, though. But this time by David Arand, trying to put. I don't know if he's trying to figure out what's going on in the middle portion of this. Caution, Jason Branch involved. He's just a little free, and then, yeah, 64 gets into him. Ouch. Infield Care Center. Little loop-to-loop and pull. Helicopter award coming your way. Love you, Jason. You're kicking butt, dude. Runs the Tallwood Lions on his car this week. I do dig it. I do dig it. Drivers coming to pit road. I do believe we should be good to go now. And apologies about loading things in after the fact and all that stuff. Let's go see what these drivers are doing. Tires for the 24. And yep. Kenny Reel taking tires and fuel. I'm not shocked that Kenny Reel didn't get a speeding penalty there. I mean, no. All right, let's go take a look at New Hampshire here. Back under caution. Everybody's going to have to come to pit road anyway. Plenty of tires, plenty of fuel. Make it to the, should be able to make it to the end of the next stage, which is going to be at 120. 44 coming off pit road. Very flat racetrack here. These drivers are going to have to really give themselves some justice on what they've been able to accomplish so far. A few races left in the into this one. This one actually is a cutoff race, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes to the playoffs. And if I was looking at the schedule correctly, because they're going to be, let me put you all on all these drivers here. David Duran's going to be your race leader. Kenny Reel in second. Dalton Powell is going to be in third. I'm actually rooting for Dalton Powell here. Deserving. Going to have his work cut out for him, though. Everybody taking tires and fuel here. Dalton started second, led the first stint, and pretty much knocked it out of the park. As we get ready to go back to it, I want to thank each and every one of you for being out there. Much love to you. And no speeding penalty for Kenny Reel. He's up there. Right on board with Chris Justice on the restart here. These cars in. Timing is everything. Green flag. Brian Wasserman trying to roll the outside early here on the 7 of Chris Justice. Right now, Dalton Powell losing ground here on the inside. These drivers now trying to track down David Arand. And in a long race, we're not even halfway through this one, just hitting an hour. Started the stream pretty much right at the end of qualifying. Part of that is normally I start. It used to be 10 minutes. Now I start 7 minutes early. And some audio issues trying to get things situated here. But we should be good to go. Kenny Reel, 0.6 of a second. I mean, David Arand's going to be able to just kind of step away. The stage is falling. Oh, everybody free right there. So the stage is falling where they had been falling. As Willie Mann Jr. goes to the outside of the 88. There's been caution. I'm telling you, every 15 to 20 laps, there's a caution. Somewhere around there. 10, 15, 20 laps. It just makes it easy to win stages. At 49 to the inside, as Dudley goes to the bottom. Dalton Powell, if he wants to get back up front, needs to cool, calm, and collectively get himself there. David Arand is he's just kind of turned on another gear here. These drivers don't have anything for him. Willie Mann Jr. gets himself back to second here, holding off Kenny Reel. Does have 4 sets of tires. Going to be up 8. And Dalton Powell trying to get himself back into the mix here. Kenny Reel had a great pit stop there, and that's what put him in that prime spot. But now Dalton Powell has to go all the way to the bottom of the racetrack and basically slide up in front of the 88. Gets a little free. Checks up the race line. Has to slow back down. Dalton's doing too much. You're doing too much, sir. Drive your race line, get to the back bumper. You know how you pass people at flat tracks like this? You get to the back bumper and you push you get to the back bumper. You don't bump them or hit them. You kind of just give them a little shove. Little shove into the corner. But that right front damage for the 51, not helping. I don't know where he picked that up at, but I have a feeling it's probably one of these drivers that you're seeing on your screen or they're above. Right front damage for the 29 as well. David Arand had some damage earlier. I do believe might have just, iRacing might have taken care of that one. Because his right front's doing the same thing as everybody else's. Little free off corner exit. 51 still trying to get around. There is nobody. It's literally a stalemate at the moment. Nobody's making any ground on anybody. And we had a few little battles going on. Now in single file, Noah Holmberg's going to be multiple laps down. He's only 1 lap down. Forgive me on that one. Rich Hurst has been trying to play catch up for the lucky dog here. Now with one more driver a lap down, he's going to stall that out. David Arand with a 2-second lead over William Mann Jr. 19 laps to go on the stage. I'm gonna let things just kind of play out, folks. There's not much I can call here for this at the time being. I'll keep an eye on it and we'll let it have it. I'm gonna save my voice. All right, we let it play out for a little bit. About nine laps to go on the stage here. Russell Black on board. He is working that car. You see Kenny Reel and Joey Gregory been going back and forth a little bit. Watched Grady Sullivan and Dave Perella having some fun back here as well. And you see him get a little loose right there. Yeah, it's stressful. These cars, they like this track, but they only like this track when it's hot. I mean, it's almost like it's greasing up the track with the way the rubber and the downforce has put itself. Dave Perella way off the line up there. Who we got here? There's Mr. Dudley in fifth. Patience is the biggest key here, and now that we've got a green flag run going in, I know we're only 7 laps to the stage. Dalton Powell has the long run machine here. It's 0.3 of a second faster than David Arand. Dalton Powell needing points to be able to impact. A stage win gives him some good bonus points, but a race win would do himself some justice here. Kenny Reel in third. That is Mr. Branch. He's fighting tooth and nail for every spot he's got. I like that he runs the alumni. He runs alumni paint schemes, high school alumni paint schemes, which is cool. I think that's awesome. Probably one of the coolest things you can see from a driver, and that's a unique way to support local as well. Dalton Powell still trying to work the corner. He's closed in almost 2 seconds on David Durand after getting around these drivers. William Mann back to 6. Now William isn't making it easy. He's fast early and he defends the line, and that's good racing. But the more you fight somebody, the more you wear your own tires. Sometimes it's better, not always. You don't want to see boring racing. You want to see some side-by-side racing. But after about 3 or 4 laps, if you're still doing the same thing, that's the definition of insanity. You don't want to do the same thing over and over again and get the same outcome. William Mann Jr. dropping off, and you see the 52 of Chris Justice behind him. Chris Justice there to the inside. Right here in this camera, I do believe. Yeah. There he is. Driving a VR. I believe he should be live. Normally he is live. Got 3 laps to go on the stage. David Durand out front, 1.5, 1.6. Now to 1.4. Corner exit as Dalton Powell tries to close back down that pace. A little better on corner exit as these times start to level out. 31.17. David Durand 1.55 coming off corner, just trying to stretch a little bit of this tire out again. Joe Gregory, Robert Dudley going to get one more spot as Dudley goes to the bottom side. Back to the main screen for you here. 2 laps to go on the stage. As David Durand, a 1.3, 1.2 second difference. Dalton Powell going to close back down. These drivers started 1-2. Dalton Powell won stage 1. David Durand through some pit strategy as William Mann gets into the wall back here. Hold on to it, Will. Hold on to it. We'll see you get back up there and battle hard again. Dalton Powell closing in the distance here. And if he gets out in front of David Durand, it might be, I wouldn't say it's lights out, but Durand on this next one will have to find a way. I think if Dalton Powell can start behind him, I'm going to see a whole different kind of, 24 way up the race line. Trying to egg shape the bottom. Needs to cool the jets. As caution to come out for the stage. David Duran's going to get the stage win here. Powell, Reed, Dudley, Gregory, Wasserman, Justice, William Mann Jr., Jay Stenson, Russell Black. All right, they're doing their thing. I'm going to do mine. Excuse me, we're going to take a hydrate break. Be right back. All right, that was my hydrate break. Okay, if you haven't done so, you need to subscribe to my channel. Tomorrow, during the day, Sea of Thieves is what we're going to be doing. Sea of Thieves on Dalton Powell needs to close that distance down. He's way too far back. That's how Kenny Reel is getting out in front of him. This is going to be a repeat of what you just saw. If Dalton Powell does not keep himself close to David Duran on pit road entrance, this is how you lose time on pit road, folks. You give yourself too much, you make a mistake. Kenny Reel's going to, I would say Kenny Reel's going to beat Dalton Powell off of pit road again. David Duran has that first pit stall, so we'll see who does what. Yep. Called it. Dalton Powell is losing ground. He should be starting side by side with David Duran. Gotta get that. You've got to get those pit stalls. And then, folks, that's everybody. When you come to pit road, know where your pit box is first and foremost. It should be something that you practice. Here it is. Right there. Here's Dalton Powell. Dalton Powell should be up on the bumper of David Duran right here. And if I look at the blimp view here, you'll see the separation between the 88 and the 49 as well. Joe Gregory back here. See how people close the distance down. You've got to close it down. See, the 49's a little closer here, just in the commitment cone. If you want a better pit stop in iRacing, folks, you need to be on that. There's a reason why the NASCAR drivers are so close. They want to have that edge. That one more spot matters every chance you get. So, and it keeps pit road tidy. It does. Dark Horizon Fishing gives you all of your cautions today. Thank you so much to everybody out there. If you haven't done so, follow me on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Tomorrow during the day, we're going to go to, we're going to be streaming Sea of Thieves during the day. And then we have the Reaper Dirt Series tomorrow night, Pro Late Models. It is an open series. I don't know if they're still actively recruiting, but it's kind of the way it is. Also, our last sponsorship for Signature Esports, it is a deal. It's going to be up tomorrow. So, if we don't fulfill it tomorrow, I'm just going to take it off the shelf. There will be no more sponsorships available. We will roll with what we have. And if folks haven't renewed or haven't taken advantage of the rest of the deal, then we'll go with it from there, which is fine. It's not a big deal. You know what I want to give a shout out to here, besides being a sponsor of me? Rich Hurst has driven. He's only 10 laps down, by the way. Only 10 laps down. That's saying something. Okay, we've had a few cautions for this kind of small field for this race. He's only 10 laps down. He was 15, 16 laps down at one point. All because of a fast repair uncheck. Green flag. '88 way up the race line, 3 wide on corner exit, 51 nowhere to go. Dudley This is where Dalton Powell gets himself in trouble. And he's going to do it again. He's going to drop more spots this time. It's Chris Justice at outside lanes. That it's just better on the early going. And David Arand, Dudley up the wall. There's your caution. Dalton Powell. Gets into the left rear quarter panel. Robert Dudley, they ran each other tight. 49 there, 51 right there. They're just racing close. 49 goes to drop in. Dalton Powell just running straight down. I think this one's take a look. Oh, back up. Come on now, back up. Yeah, I think this one's just racing, man. See how the perspective is completely different? From this angle, looks like Dalton Powell came up into him. But if you look at it from the other angle, it looks like 49 came down into him. You know what I mean? If you look at the line and the separation there, it's all good. But that's what I'm talking about. You cannot run each other tight like that. If you run each other tight, you're going to have those issues. And now we're getting to the point of if you have a long green flag run, where do you go with it? Jason Branch coming up pit road. These drivers are going to be off a different strategy. Not going to be able to make it on fuel. They'll have to at least pit one more time. But, you know, if the cautions still continue to happen, that's what you're going to be looking at. Rich Hurst coming around. It's going to get another lap back. He's going to be 9 laps down. Rich is like, keep racking. It's all good. Keep racking. I'll keep doing this. I might have a fighting chance. Lucky dog to Rich Hurst. You know what he can do every time? He can come back to pit road, put a little extra fuel in it. Chris Justice up inside the top 5 since the start of the race. As these drivers want to go back at it. Anyway, Twitch drops are tomorrow morning for Sea of Thieves. We're going to be streaming some Sea of Thieves. We're going to be working on some everything. I mean, we got a whole bunch of stuff we got to work on, because when season 11 comes out for Sea of Thieves here, it's going to be insane. It's a whole different ball of wax. It really is. Did I put those up there? I didn't. Browser source. No. Media source. No. Let's see. Let's find it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Yep. This is what you're gonna get if you watch tomorrow. On our content during the day, we're going to start about 9 p.m. Central, somewhere around there, so 10 p.m. Eastern. You can tune in if you play Sea of Thieves. Be able to get some Twitch drops out there. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. You can join me during the day for that. Then Reaper Racing League tomorrow night, a little Dirt Series action. And then Sunday, 802 Cup Series. Monday, the Chop Shop Racing Dirt Series. C2 Mix It Up Gaming. C2 Gaming Mix It Up Dirt Series finale. I do believe Alonso King is going to pretty much unanimously become the champion without not really much of a fight tomorrow, but bragging rights are still on the line. That's going to be on Monday. I believe Chop Shop's going to be off on Tuesday I think it's a bye week on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. To double check. Yep. Green flag. Caution back out, Noel Holmberg. Back-to-back cautions. What in the world, man? All right, let's go to the cockpit view here. I got to see telemetry here. This is on board with Noel. There's the cockpit view. Something happened here. Noel had a loss of input or something. And Rich was just trying to go. I mean, it looks like Rich is being aggressive, but he's not. I hate to say that. It looks like he's being aggressive, but he's not. Noel Holmberg here, and I'm not trying to, like, Rich couldn't change lanes there, so, like, there's no changing lanes before the start-finish line. That's one of the rules. And in this instance, there's nowhere for the 15 to go. He doesn't even get a lucky dog lap now because of the incidental contact. But if you go back here, I don't know. I'm confused here. On the dashboard, I'm going to throw up the replay sector here. Here, let's do this. Let's see if that'll pop up. No, it's not. I don't know if there was an input issue or a throttle issue. Something was going on there to make that not work. So Noel right here is good. Not even tightened up to the field. Now he's tightened up to the field. Doesn't even sound like he's in the right gear. No, he wasn't. I don't think he was. I think I heard a downshift there. And it looked like Rich was being a bully, but it wasn't at all what happened there. All right. Yeah, Rich Hurst on pit road getting more damage fixed. Noel Holmberg going to be out there. He's running in third gear. Right now, I mean, I get running a higher gear to save fuel. Damn. Rich Hurst still 9-10 laps down, something like that. Some left front damage. I mean, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to see. Way too many cautions for this one. $24, $88, $51, $52. 24 can just control the restarts here, and if they don't have any patience behind him, he's going to be able to do what he did before and win by because of the cautions. I mean, he's a great driver. 51 to the inside of the 88 back here. 51 tries to slide the 88. 88 battles the outside. 51 clears. Dalton Powell now finally in second, and it didn't take him 20 plus laps to do it. Kenny Reel in third. Chris Justice in fourth. Folks, don't think that I'm talking any kind of smack. I'm just trying to call the race how I see it. There's a lot of different drive lines going on here. And the drivers that are trying to have that battle There's some drivers back here trying to have some battles as well. But simple things, simple mistakes go a long way. Dudley off 6. He's a 64 to the outside. We're seeing a lot of drivers run that very high side early. That's not necessarily something that you want to do right now. 51 to the inside of the 24. I think the 51 needs to do exactly what he did before. I think Dave is going to watch this line. Dave gave it to him. He might be trying to save. He might try to save some fuel here. Run a little bit longer. If anything happens, see what the 51 does. Learn something from what he was doing earlier when he was catching him, and then just go for it. 24 runs a different race line than the 51. And Dave does a great job with what he has. Kenny Reel in the mix. There's Chris Justice back here again. William Mann Jr. back up there. Trying to move his way back forward. I like the way William drives because he does not make it easy at all. He'll be side by side with the 28. Jason Branch to the inside, back to 5th now. As he'll be door to door off the exit. 28 free off corner. Gives the race line up. It's going to be 3 wide. Breaks out of it. Back to 2 wide. Says, I would have lived to fight another day. Let's go back at this and try it again in a moment. He get his fast repairs. Good to go. Dalton Powell out front. David Arand's going to be 2nd. Kenny Reel in 3rd. Chris Justice is going to be in 4th. William Mann Jr. in 5th. Independent testers here at Henry. Oh, baby. All right. They're good. They're going. Let's see what happens here. Throw this on exciting. I'm going to sit back and watch with you folks. Was watching the entry to Dave here. I like what he's doing, right? He goes to the outside, sets his corner up. He is running his line. He's running his own line, right? Drops in low. It's a little sketch on the throttle there. Ooh, a little free right there. But I like his line. And I mean that. Like he is hooking where he needs to. He's exiting second lane, coming out, pointing the nose toward the wall, making gains back on Kenny Reel here. Kenny Reel's done a great job of working himself up. Joey Gregory in the 19. Up 9 spots is your biggest mover of the race. And there is no Quentin Richhurst. There he is. Zanina Farella right there. Noah Holmberg still back here driving without a rear deck clip. I do believe they still will have to come to pit road. Last time on pit road for Dalton Powell, 1:22. And so the majority of the drivers are going to run their stint out. They're going to run until they can't run any more fuel, until they're going to run out of fuel. And then he's going to come to pit road. If he's got tires, he's going to take tires and fuel and just get after it. Now, if they do have a caution, that'll change all of that. It'll break it back up and it'll bring it back around. This is what we wanted to see, some green flag racing to be able to get that run in. Right now, Kenny Reel got the big old parachute look on the back. That I call it the telephone pole look. Well, wall tap for the 24. Little right front damage, similar. Little right rear damage now for him. As he's a little dented in, gets a little free. Gotta cool the tires back down. Those big old walls don't like to hold on to it. Dalton Powell just running his race line right now. Would like to see a green flag run. I think over the long haul, Dalton Powell still your fastest racer out there. This last time by, Kenny Reel kind of edging by less than a tenth. About 8. Well, actually, this last time I take that back. He edged by 11/100th of a second. But Dalton Powell just trying to take it easy. David Duran, 31.21 last time by. Fastest driver on the racetrack outside of Kenny Reel is nobody. Top 2 are your fastest drivers as well, running only drivers running 38ths or below. Go into the wall. Chris Justice goes around. He's going to be trying to play catch up here as well. Dalton Powell just easing out of the corner. Kenny Reel, something you got to remember as well with Dalton Powell and Kenny Reel. If they have to pit green flag here, you're going to do it when you need to do it, and you're going to have to do it at the right time. Tires, if somebody's going to try to do this without taking tires. And I think there's enough speed in these cars. I mean, you're separated by 1.2 seconds right now. At a right side strategy, or maybe a no tire strategy could just be fuel and get this thing done. But I doubt it. I think this one's going to go. This one will go down to Farella having an issue. Farella hit the grass on 154. On the lead lap. We only have one driver off the lead lap. Noah Holmberg is 22 seconds off the pace. And it's very close to going a lap down. And that's something that Dalton Powell wants to see. He wants to see lap traffic in front of him so he can use that lap traffic to extend. Kenny Reel wants to see the lap traffic so he can close the distance back down. Chris Justice wants the same thing. David Duran drops back to 4th. Joe Gregory in 5th. Dave's right rear damage might be the one thing that's affecting him right now. Dalton Powell to Kenny Reel a half second. I think Dalton's saving here a little bit. Uncharacteristically, when can they make it on fuel? About 30. I know comfortably 36 laps. We watched that earlier. It's a mile length track. I do believe. Okay, so the Gen 6 car used to be able to make it 55 to 58 laps, right? At a mile and a half track. So you take a third of that mileage. So say it was an extra 20 miles, so it'd be 70 laps, 72 laps. You cut that in half. 36 or 38, depending on how they do things. I think this is what Kenny Reel's been looking forward to, trying to race Dalton Powell. Chris Justice is going to be in third, but David Durand is closing that distance back down. I like the line, I do. Oh, Dudley having an issue. Caution comes out. This is where Dalton Powell needs to be flawless on pit road. And now Dudley, the 15, would have gotten a free pass there, but now involved. Robert Dudley goes to get to the inside here. Drops in, drops in, drops in, drops in. Oh, just gets hung up there. Rich Hurst, who was coming around, just locked up the tires, went up and hit the wall. Unfortunate for him. So no lucky dog for him. Dalton Powell, Kenny Reel. This is what I'm talking. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Kenny Reel is on the back bumper of the 51. That is how you get on pit road. Kenny Reel might win this race off pit road. Yep. Just better into his pit stall. Yeah, Kenny Reel's going to win this race off pit road. Actually, take that back. Something happened to Kenny Reel. Why was his pit stop long? Oh, did he? Why was his pit stop long? Man, I mean, I like being wrong, but not like that. I like people to prove me wrong, but not like that. Kenny Reel got into his pit stall, and I want to look at this, and we'll just kind of just back this up. I'll play it at quarter speed, and then we'll go to our pit 2, pit 1. No, pit 2. All right, so let's back this up when they come on pit road, and we'll do that. Put it at quarter speed. I'll go here. We're gonna go all the way up here, folks. They're going to get ready. They'll go back here in a little bit. This is what I was talking about, being close on pit road. I mean, the separation there is just insane. And the leverage you get, like right now, Dalton Powell's controlling the lane, right? So if I hit play, go up here. The time that, I mean, it allows Kenny Reel to get into his pit stop. Did. Boom, in his pit stop, right? Right side's up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the everything's changing here. Now the 52 is trying to get himself off pit road here. Had a great entrance as well. You close down the gap and you close down the time. That's what makes things happen. You know what I mean? And then just a long pit stop for Kenny Reel. David Durand coming to pit road. Or if he is getting that right side worked on. Maybe a little extra fuel. Might have been a little short. Chris Justice will be on the inside. Not your race leader. Dalton Powell is going to be on the outside. He is your race leader. Kenny Reel will have the opportunity here to make something happen. Not quite sure what yet. Cannot pass the leader. Green flag. Dalton Powell, Chris Justice, Kenny Reel. Dalton Powell able to just go out and drive now, but don't count out anybody just yet. There's some speed back here, and one of these drivers that hasn't shown up yet. I see it happening. How about 3 wide back here again? 964. The 7 of Wasserman here. Was Noel able to? Yeah, Noel got his car fixed, so that's a good thing for him. Rich Hurst is going to be out of the race. It's a shame on that one because I know he was trying to. I mean, he ran 151 laps after the lap 1 incident or lap 4 incident, whichever one it was, and didn't quit until the car gave up. So very cool. Chris Justice in second. 35 laps to go this next time by. Thank you, folks, to all of our sponsors, Noah TV. Thank you to AMR Paintworks for sponsoring the Fixed Racing League. Check them out at facebook.com/amr.paintworks to get a paint done today. It's also your race controller. Thank you to all the fine folks that have liked on all of our platforms. Much love to you. There's Jason Branch. Thank you to Beef Jerky Unlimited for giving us all the driver cams you could ever ask for. And then some. There's Jason Branch right there. Get it, buddy. Race leader Dalton Powell. And then Chris Justice, who's in second here, is Kenny Reel behind him. Look at that. Calm heart rate, 123, he says. Gotta love it. Not the mama. Anyway, sorry, folks. I should be saying their names. Of course, that's Russell Black. He's been in ever since we put the cameras up again. It's Robert Dudley. And then we said the rest of them. But let's go back to it. Again, thank you to all of my sponsors. Thank you to everybody if you've been out there. Again, tune in tomorrow for, if you play CFD's drops, are going to be happening tomorrow. Community multipliers are out there as well. So get out there and play with your crew. That's what I do. Right now, Grady Sullivan having an issue. Stays on the bottom of the racetrack here. Can he get rolling here? This is Dalton Powell is going to be coming out of 2. There's Grady Sullivan on the bottom of the racetrack down there. No caution. I don't know what happened to Grady. I think he might be coming to pit road. He cannot stop down there. If you do, let's go see what happened to Grady. I think he might have just gotten loose. He did. Oh, man. Oi. Chris Justice with a 1-3 lead. I'm sorry, with a 0.3 lead over Kenny Reel. Dalton Powell. 171. And Grady is just doing what he can right now. Chris Justice, Kenny Reel trying to track him back down. 172 of 200. Thank you, folks, for tuning in tonight. It's definitely, these ones get longer. And when I start streaming at 8 o'clock at night, when 10 o'clock starts to roll around, and I'm Central Time Zone, it becomes it's not that it's tasking, it just becomes so I get tired. I get tired by 10 o'clock. So take that in consideration as well. Has been fighting for a loose car. Everybody's been fighting a loose car. It's all about your brakes. All about your brakes. There is a video out there that explains the tire. It's on YouTube, and I should link it because and discuss it. Maybe do a VOD review of it because it shows you exactly what you need to do and explains how the tires in iRacing operate, and how you get the most out of your car when it comes to every track. I mean, you know what I mean? 51 way up the race line. First time we've seen that. Chris Justice almost closed in a little bit there. Farella and Dudley going back and forth. This is where now Farella's been running the high side here, and that very, very top. It's a lot of debris right there. That'll wear you're wearing your right front whenever you slide the car into the corner. So if you're not braking earlier, see how he's just kind of throwing it in there, and he's getting free because of it. You can't. So you want fast, consistent tire saving laps. You need to make sure that you drive what you can with as little wheel input as possible. 24 laps to go, brought to you by adminbox.com. TFRL does have a good partner in AdminBox. They did have a special running over the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but I think that might be done now. But go check them out. I think there's one that's their standard admin box ranges from $145 to $175. But it's a good piece of machinery, and I encourage you to go check it out. It's got a couple of ways to different mount, a couple of ways to mount it, different ways to. Basically, your customization on that thing is the customization on how you would put it on your desk, or if it lights up or not. There's all kinds of things. Kenny Reel went to second. Jason Branch to third. Chris Justice got passed here just a moment ago. He get passed on the outside? He did. You know, maybe somebody's thinking about saving. Wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, folks. So we should be back for... Oh, Farella jumped to pit road. Oh, no. Here it is right here, 179. Way down. That's that shallow entry right there. 29 away man junior to the outside here. Drops into the corner. And just in the wake. Not enough speed, you know. Yeah. Gotta do it. Dang it, Dave. Powell 1.3, 20 laps to go. Take a moment. Get it quick. Right back. William Mann Jr., Robert Dudley giving the show back here as these drivers go to work. 17 laps to go. Dalton Powell being closed back in on by Kenny Reel. And you got to think fuel might be a concern for any one of these drivers. They all came in on 159. Can they save enough? Can somebody save enough? Right now, drivers are running about 31-second laps, 16 laps to go. 30.86 for Dalton Powell, 30.7. 31.2 for Jason Branch. Now, Dalton Powell was strong and aggressive early here, which is not really his MO. He's just consistent and waits for the rest of the line to come in. Maybe this time wanted to push a little bit harder, maybe get a gap and try to maintain that gap. That might be a thing. 15 laps to go here. All good things. All good things. Thank you to everybody for being out there. Much love to you. Hopefully you've done what you have. Thank you again to Beef Jerky Unlimited for all the driver cams here. Thank you to Dark Horizon Fish for all the cautions. Facebook.com/Dark Horizon Fish and book yourself a trip today. Make sure you check all the links in the description. Make sure that you go check out everybody out there. Noma TV, Mandarood Racing on Kick. And then, of course, going to be a part of the Fixed Racing League. You got to go check them out. And Chop Shop. Chop Shop's another racing league out there, but they sponsor me, and I love everything they do over there. And they've just really been kicking butt. So go check them out as well. But the Fixed Racing League, ending this season, they're going to have a little bit of an off season. They're going to restart and recruit. And speak today. They're going to recruit here in a couple of weeks. After the basically after, I think it's the 29th when they're going to start. This is their last race, the 29th of December. Pretty sure. Let me look at that real quick. And then on Friday nights, we're going to run an Xfinity series in the off season, kind of like a winter series here. Yeah, the 29th. So tonight I'll end the round. This is where Dalton Powell needs these points. Kenny Reel could already be advancing here. Dalton Powell, I mean, you never want to give. You never want to give up a win here. Right now, Dalton Powell sits 11th. Round of 8 begins next week. And he is outside looking in. Kenny Reel sits 5th in points and is well above the cutoff line. Murray is not in today's race. Jonathan Caspear is not in today's race. Dalton Powell needs to finish 11 points ahead of pretty much everybody in front of him. So he needs this win. I mean, Chris Justice sits in 4th right now. Chase Benson off the racetrack. Benson back on the racetrack. Chase Stenson very loose on the back straightaway. 9 laps to go. Dalton Powell holds a quarter second. Kenny Reel trying to go to the inside here. There's no Holmberg in front of him. Kenny Reel getting to the back bumper. This is where 88's going to run the 51 up. 51 has to battle back here, back on the drive line. Dalton Powell leads this time by. And they'll run each other here. Noel Holmberg on the bottom side. Dalton Powell back on the makes the pass. Man. Oh, baby. Oh, 88 up into the up into the 51. I mean, 7 laps to go. There it is. That's the racing that you see. That's the checkup that you see. You see somebody getting to somebody's door, and now the 88 is going to go do the same thing. He could, I mean, back and forth. They could do the same thing to each other. Dalton Powell, Kenny Reel. Kenny Reel now is going to have to go back to work, and he can. He was able to track him down within 3 or 4 laps and just kind of bide his time and see if he can do it again. So on 193, here's where Kenny Reel gets into the corner, gets into the corner, gets into the corner, gets into the corner, makes the pass. He's good here. Good and clean. That's a good exit. Both those drivers raced each other clean, 3 wide, and they get in the corner here. And then, oh yeah, 88 slides up just a touch, gets into the 51. But 51 says, I'm not done. He lets out there. I wonder if the 88 was trying to give him the lane back. And this is where 51 says, you did it to me, I'm going to do it to you. And that is how it goes. Now a full second lead for Dalton Powell. Kenny Reel in second. Jason, no, I mean, there's no caution there. And, yeah. Three laps to go. This one's been a little bit of a, it's been interesting. That door slam gave Kenny Reel a little bit of a, I don't know if that inside damage is doing something to the car, because after the door contact there, he's not been on the pace that he had before. Dalton Powell needs this win. Jason Branch is now in third. Chris Justice still trying to close him down. Justice, the more spots Justice could gain right now, the better off. Dalton Powell, 1.3 second difference here. I thought the drama was good. I thought they were going to door bang for a couple of laps. That'd have been okay. I mean, they did. They both made contact. 1 and 2. 3 and 4. White flag waves, final lap here in New Hampshire. As this one has been a minute. '51 was coming down into the second lane. 88 was coming up a little bit into the second lane, so that kind of happens. A little late race drama amounts to not really anything. Dalton Powell comes home and is going to take this victory. 1.3 second lead after he and Kenny Reel had some late race fun. As they went door to door there for a little bit. Jason Branch will finish third. And no doubt, Dalton Powell gets the victory. And 88 retaliates afterwards. Why? Come on now. Y'all got into each other. He got into you. Come on now. Let him celebrate. Let him celebrate and talk about it afterwards. Come on. talk to your race winner. Dalton Powell is going to come home in victory lane here today. A little late race, little rub in there between you and Kenny Reel. That one looked like it was like you were having fun, but looked like you were fighting a tight car later.
Yeah, I was fighting a tight car, and Kenny talked about it. He's not very happy with me, but yeah, I felt like he had done it to me the past before, and I kind of got in there and tried to kind of pay it back.
I mean, we reviewed it on the stream. You guys you ran the it was a 1 and 2 before where you were 3 wide with the 45 on the bottom side. Then you come into 3 and 4. You are trying to run the high line into the second lane. He runs the bottom lane, comes up, slides up into you a little bit. There's contact made there, moves you up out of the groove, and then, next corner you go and slide in the corner. I mean, door-to-door racing is door-to-door racing. You're racing for a spot to get into the playoffs. He's already in the playoffs, so I can see the need here a little bit. I don't agree with the wreck after the fact either. I think that's a little bit. That's where you and the admins and everybody can get some stuff together. So, but congratulations on the victory here. You had a dominant car all night. You just had to battle a lot of cars to be able to try to work your way back forward.
Yeah, every time I lined up in that inside line in that 4th spot, man, I was in a kickboxing match. It felt like.
You just need to work on getting yourself into pits better. So that's the only thing I could say about you today. You had such a big gap getting into pit road. That's where you were losing your time coming off pit road. So just advice. I promise.
Oh yeah, no, I'll take any of it. I'm just hit a year on here. I'm just trying to learn everything. I'll soak it all in.
So when you were behind the 24 coming into pit road, you had a couple of car links. Like, you should be up on his butt. Like, Kenny, that's where Kenny kept beating you off pit road, is because he was literally up further trying to maximize that time, that space. You could have lined up on the outside row there a couple of times if you wanted to, but that'd be my own. I'm sitting here trying to cheer for you. I'm trying to root for you, but at the same time, I'm like, you got a fast car. Your pit road was the only thing that I was actually coaching, saying, all right, not just you, but other drivers are doing the same thing. So, that's neither here nor there, man. Congrats. I don't know where this is going to play out in the points. You get a stage win. And then on top of that, you get yourself a victory here. It's pretty good thing. What are you hoping for? Are you hoping to get those 11 points that you need?
Yeah, I'm hoping to make it in the playoffs. I wasn't expecting this tonight. I practiced a couple days, but nothing like crazy intently, and came out tonight, and the track just kind of played to my skill set, being a road racer. So using a lot of brake, a lot of trail braking, being easy on the throttle, it just kind of played in my hand.
One of those tracks you got to, especially with this car, it's a lot of rear downforce. You've got to push yourself out. Dalton, congratulations, man. Give you shout outs.
All right, I just want to shout out my team, the admin team, and then first night I had Highline stickers on my car, so that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Get a win with my team on there. Shout out to you, shout out to the Fixed Racing League, Matt, putting this on, and just everybody that watches and everybody that races. Hopefully me and Kenny will be able to work it out.
I think it's I think once you guys go back and look at it together, I think it'll be a different story. But I will say to the league, and as kind of like I said, whenever it happened, don't wreck each other after the fact. But do your burnouts, do your celebrations. Don't do it, because you're forcing hands of people to say, you know what, that was retaliation after the fact. So you know what I mean. So we can't do that. But
appreciate you as always, Jason.
Yeah, man. Be good. Dalton Powell gets the victory here. Let's talk to your P2 finisher. Kenny Reel comes in second. Same concept, same mass, same formula. Close racing. 3 corners in a row. contact made by you and him in one corner, the next corner another set of circumstances here. P2 finished. Dalton's racing to try to race his way into the playoffs. You're into the playoffs or into the next round based on points. It took a while for you to turn it on late.
Yeah, I had a good long run car, and I mean, I'm watching back at it. Yeah, I like Dalton. I've always raced him clean, and I mean, if I came up, it was just my rear end, and he came down on 3 and 4 too, and I mean, I didn't send it in a corner and bore him. I didn't mean to spin him at the very end after he was going to celebrate. I just meant to rub his door, and it turned him.
Doesn't
Didn't mean to do all that.
and on my end that doesn't matter because it looks like retaliation after the fact, after the contact
Yeah, I mean,
that happened.
I'm still, I'm heated. Anybody would be. I mean, I was just frustrated. Yeah, I shouldn't have done it. Apologize, but it was just in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, we can't do it in the heat of the moment. We can't do that. Can't do that with leagues. Can't do that with broadcasts. Can't do that with anything. So, gotta think about it before we do it. That way, you guys can go back and look at it. Look at the field of view. See what he was thinking from his point of view. See what you were thinking from your point of view. You know, I get it. You guys touched doors. You came up a little bit, got into him. He went into the next corner and got up into you, and then the race. I mean, you could have kept doing it, but you guys didn't. No, that was the
Well, I
end.
mean, my car was done. There wasn't nothing I could do. I was just trying to limp it back to the finish. It was my car had damage on my tires were damaged. There wasn't nothing I could do. I was just limping it back home.
Yeah. I'm at a loss when it comes to this one. So, but a P2 finish, and you guys got a few more races left. You got 3 more races left before you crown a champion here. Nothing wrong with the finish tonight, and it took you a lot of took you a long time to get there. You had the better car on pit road. I still think Dalton had the better car long run. I think once he got out front this time, he was like, I'm just going to put a gap on him and try to do it that way. And I think that was the mistake because I do believe he still had the better car long haul, especially watching the first stint when you had the first green flag run. But it's not like you didn't have a good car. I think that everybody here could have had a better race. 1, less cautions. 2, by having a little patience with the drivers and then patience with the corners. You guys could have raced side by side for a couple of corners. He has to take a high to low entry to take the second lane. When you're inside him right there on corner entry, you have to do an egg shape. So you guys are going to make a little bit of contact. The issue here is the same concept of the next corner. He thought you did it that way. That's how he felt, and you felt the same way after he did it. So,
Yeah, mine wasn't on purpose. I mean, he came down into me too in the corners just as my rear end went up because I got loose entering it. I mean, we're both were going for a win, but mine wasn't on purpose. At the end of the day, at the end, yeah, I shouldn't have done it, but at the end of the day, I didn't move him up the racetrack on purpose. I like Dalton. I've pushed him to a win in another league. I have no issue with him, but I have issue when I get retaliated on because he thinks I did that to him on purpose.
that's between you guys and the admins. Kenny, give your shout outs.
Shout out to teammates. Just a shout out to people putting on the broadcast. I appreciate it.
Kenny Real finishes in second. They got a lot to work on over here at the league. But let's talk to Jason Branch because he had a better race. My man, you're the one that didn't have any drama today, other than you had a couple of incidents where it was just all about driving and managing that car, and you finished third.
And I don't know what you call drama, but I caused a couple of them. I think one of them might have been netcode, but I claimed it. So I claimed 2 of them tonight. Tore my car up. Going to that second stint of the second stage, I was down 100 RPM. I was just hoping I didn't get lapped, and then came back on lap 120, used my quick repair, and then like 4 laps later, Robert got into me. So tore my car up a little more, but yeah, the trick to New Hampshire is, race your race, don't race the other people's race, and manage the car. And easy on the throttle. That's how you get it done.
You know what? And it worked out. We had a lot of drivers that were like some of the drivers that we are used to seeing up front were not up front tonight. And the guys who like short tracks were here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to David. He was running. He was fast all night, and then he pitted on like lap 164. So I don't know if he
hit a wall.
Okay.
His right rear, I think that's what it was. His right rear was kind of caved in a little bit, and I think that was what was giving him fits, because then he started dropping backwards and then.
Gotcha. I didn't see that. Yeah, I just he was up front, and next thing I know, he pitted, and he was nowhere to be found. So I mean, it works out for me, I guess. You know, keep the car semi clean, I guess, and
second and
come out third.
Well, yeah, you were second in points coming into today's race, and more than likely, of course, moving on to the next round. So that's a bonus. Round of 8 begins next week. There's going to be a lot of different races, a lot of different aspects of what's going on here. Big changes probably need to be made about some contact. But
yeah, I'll stay out of that.
Yeah,
I'll stay out of it. But I was really hoping they were going to wreck each other.
Me too. I wanted door banging action all the way around. I wanted them to keep doing it to each other. It'd have been awesome to call and watch. But at the end of the day, like, once the race is over, don't retaliate on somebody after the race is over. That's against the sporting code. You know, like when you send it into the corner and you guys save it, and you know, is it kind of dirty? It's kind of dirty. Both of them did it. I mean, whether it was intentional or not, they both made the same move. One was just a little bit more egregious than the other. That's my opinion when it comes to that's how that goes. Anyway, Jason, you give your shout outs, man. You've got
okay.
You talk about your Ford and talk about what you got on your paint.
Well, you know, I got the Ford, Tallwood Lions Ford. I told Matt I'd bring this paint back out. It's his alma mater, and he wasn't here tonight, so guess I'll run it next week. But yeah, my team 4X, a lot of them haven't been around. You know, they got commitments that came up. Casey Duncan, he coaches bowling at his school, so I didn't even know bowling was a school sport, but he teaches bowling and coaches bowling, so he's not here on Friday nights anymore. So I'm running the 4X team, I guess. So the 4X, Serve Pro, the Limeade Media, some Solar Cleanergy. I can never say that one. And then, of course, you know, shout out to you, Jason. You put on a heck of a broadcast week in, week out.
Appreciate you, Jason. Much love. RV Racing says, let's go, Dalton. Chris, thank you for the like out there. Jason, go enjoy this one. That was a well-earned P3.
Oh, it was rough. Appreciate it.
Yeah. You too, man. Jason Branch finishes third. And that's my opinion, folks. My opinion is they both went for a similar move. One was more egregious than the other. Don't intentionally wreck each other. He didn't try to wreck him. Dalton didn't try to wreck Kenny. And that's how I put that. That's how I mean it too. He didn't try to wreck him. He just tried to move him up the racetrack. And they both held onto their cars. You know, Kenny did it first. You know, got the right rear into the left front of Dalton's car. You know, it's the after the fact. Like, don't do it. You know, don't do it. You can get yourself in trouble, man. You're out there watching this right now. You can get yourself in trouble for retaliating after the race. I mean, come on now. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Dalton gets the win, folks. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another. I will see you in the morning, and we'll see you for some dirt racing tomorrow. Yeah, this one was something.